Howdy folks, I'm Mama B and I am so excited to try this recipe. Now this recipe comes from Chris Does Stuff on his YouTube channel, and I will put the link below so you can find it. I highly recommend you go to it and check out his stuff because he does some pretty cool stuff. Alright, so I'm going to follow his recipe as best I can. I'm really excited about this because I'm really into fermented foods. I think they're so good for your gut flora, and I love honey. This is honey from our bees, and so we're just going to use some of that. I've got this jar and this cool fermenting lid, and so this fermenting lid is from Mason's Tops, and I'll put more information in the description below about this because they have some really cool fermentation tops that turn any mason jar into a totally awesome jar. And then I've got my garlic and my peppers. Now I highly recommend, if you're using peppers, that you put on a glove because those things will last. The heat from that will last for hours, if not days, and heat in your eyes, not that great. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing he said is peel your cloves, and I've got these all peeled, and then he says to crush them up a little bit, get them bruised. So I'm just going to do that with my knife here and just push down on it. Maybe we'll try one at a time because I'm not as strong as I think I am. There we go. You want to hear that pop? That's how you know you really got to it. There's some good crack in there. And we're just gonna, ooh, that one smashed real good. I'm just gonna smash all these up. And then, guys, I'm so excited about this. Now, Chris Does Stuff. He does a lot of cool stuff, like not just fermented garlic honey. He does all kinds of awesome handy man around the house type things. And his channel's just getting started. I have such great expectations for his channel, so make sure you go and check it out. Alright, looks like I got one. Maybe one more after that one. I'm not sure if I got this one or not. Alright, and we're just going to put those in my jar. It's been washed, so it's nice and clean. And now for the pepper part. I have to admit, I'm not really into peppers, but I do like a little bit of heat. So when I realized that his recipe called for hot peppers, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Okay, so something a lot of people may not know about hot peppers is that the heat of these peppers are mostly in the membranes and the seeds. So you can decide how hot you want these peppers based on how much of those seeds you keep. So you want all those if you want it hot. I'm not really big into too much heat, and so I'm just going to add just the peppers with their membranes. Take most of those seeds out. Plus I don't want to accidentally bite into one. But I don't know. You know, you do you. Just make it good, whatever it is. We're just going to slap these peppers right on in there. We got the tops here. A little bit more of that in there. I'm leaving a few seeds. I'm not going to be too picky about this. I'm just not going out of my way to get a whole bunch of them in. Okay, so there's our cloves, our clove of garlic, and our peppers. And I've got my honey, and here goes the drizzle. This is kind of thick. It's wintertime, and honey starts to thicken up as it gets cold, crystallize, especially if it's real raw honey. So the way you can fix that is put it in the oven, but do not cook it. You want to barely have a warm oven, and the warmth of it, so not over 100 degrees, guys. The warmth of it will thin it out a little bit. And I did that a little bit with this one, but I'm impatient. I'm so excited about this recipe. So I didn't do a whole lot of it. I didn't put it in there for a very long time. So it's still a little bit thick. This is good, honey, guys. All right. So we're gonna put that on like that. Clean it up a little bit here. Get the sticky off the edges. Now Chris recommends that you give a little bit of room so you can stir it and stuff. And put this lid on. I'm going to show you. I've got room in the bottom because of the thickness of the honey. There's a bunch of air pockets right down through here, so it'll all settle down and give me that room that I need. We're just going to leave that on. Now these lids are pretty cool because the tops will come off, and they're good for the kind of fermentation that you pour the fluids off. These are really good for that. Mason tops have all kinds of really great fermentation lids, and they help to burp out the gases that fermentation causes, and so the bubbles that come up and stuff. So if you're really into fermentation, Mason tops are worth looking into. They're so good. I know they've got lids for kombucha and lids for kefir and just all kinds of really cool products. So here we go. I'm so excited about this. I might set this in a warm spot, put it by a heater or something so it can keep warming up, get the process going a little faster. But I want to thank Chris for his excellent ideas and for putting me onto this, because I've heard a lot of different fermentation things, but I've never heard of this one, so I'm so excited. I might even be able to get Papa B to eat a little bit more fermentation. It's so good for your gut flora. So, hey folks, thanks for watching our videos. I hope this inspires you. Go check out Chris Does Stuff. He also has another really excellent channel called The Slough Life. I recommend both of them. And folks, have a fantastic day.